Hello, everyone. Yes, it's me. Uh, so last night I came over here after we had our dinner and everything, and it's so lively over there with all the children. I love it. And I don't know what came over me. Maybe the Holy Ghost, maybe not. And I decided to go in and comment on everything. On Facebook. Yeah, and I kind of comment. I always stay respectful to Snap, but I definitely have my own views and ideas about things. And yep, then I put it away. And the onslaught this morning, everybody had something to say back. And that was that. No, I didn't go and look. All I did is just, oh yeah, oh look, how many? And then you can go in the notifications. I said, oh dear, I'm too tired this morning to go and check on anything, and I probably won't. I rarely go back, and unless it's a actual close friend or something, where we discuss something openly. But otherwise, I just put in my view and my opinion and whatever knowledge, and then that's kind of it. I don't go back and start arguing with people. And yeah. Ugh, why does one even do that? I don't know. Last night I was like, well, let me have a go at it. Yes? Yeah, okay. Anywho, so there it was. There it is. Uh, I have to say for myself, what a just useless tool Facebook is when it comes down to it. So useless. And if I didn't have some good friends on there that I otherwise don't really communicate with, I'd have gotten rid of it a long time ago. Yes. Anyway, there it is. Also, I don't ever take my tablet, or very rarely, if I need to look something up, a recipe that I saved on here or something. But I rarely take the tablet with me over to the other house. It's just not me. I don't know how people do it all day long with their little devices close to their face up like this, and hardly notice what's going on otherwise around them. I don't get that. I don't understand that. I don't know how they do it all day long. It's got to be a job. All right. Let's get going here in the book of Isaiah. I got to get back over there. The little ones, I've no doubt, are going to get up soon. We are in the book of Isaiah. Yahweh has foretold everything. 48. I find this interesting. We read some of it over here in 47 as well, on how God supposedly has everything prepared beforehand. And I do remember, if we've not already read that, but somewhere that no one knows the future, not even our heavenly parent. Yes? Yeah. So, foretold, one could look at it again as, well, if the people don't change, then you kind of can tell, well, which way is it going to go? Which direction is it going to go? Looks like that direction, unless a change happens. Yes? Yeah. So one can take this again as just, let's just read. I'll find out what was said here. Listen to this house. Listen to this, house of Jacob. You who are called by the name of Israel and issued from the waters of Judah, who swear by the name of Yahweh and invoke the God of Israel, though not in good faith or uprightness, for they call themselves after the holy city and rely on the God of Israel. Yahweh Sabaoth is his name. Things now past I revealed long ago. They issued from my mouth, I proclaimed them. Suddenly I acted, and they happened. For I knew you to be obstinate, your neck on iron sinew, and your forehead bronze. As I told you about it long before it happened, I revealed it to you. so that you could not say, my statue did it, my idol, my mental image ordained this. You have heard and seen all this. Why won't you admit it? Now I'm going to reveal new things to you, secrets that you do not know. They have just been created not long ago, and until today you have heard nothing about them, so that you cannot say, yes, I knew about this. No, you have not heard, you have not known, for a long time your ear has not been attentive. For I knew how treacherous you were. You have been called a rebel since the womb. For the sake of my name I shall defer my anger. For the sake of my honor I shall be patient with you, rather than destroy you. Look, I have purchased you, but not for silver. I have chosen you out of the cauldron of affliction. For my sake, and my sake only, shall I act. For why should my name be profaned? I will not yield my glory to another. Oh, dear me. There's one part in here, while I read through it, something came to my mind. I can't really, God, how this is foretold by our heavenly parent, God, Yahweh. I can't see that. Again, this is just someone writing stuff down that they hope for. I don't know. But let's see. It said here, as I told you about it long before it happened, I revealed it to you so that you could not say, my statue did it, my idol, my mental image ordained this. Something came to mind here about evolution. Yes, the 6 days of creation and evolution. And the divine principle, and it's not like this information isn't out there anywhere else. I've actually think I read it somewhere in another book that had nothing to do with my faith or the community, my community of faith, where I read through and going, hey, that sounds just like what was in the divine principle about that. And it has to do with the interesting comparison of the 6 days of creation and the 6 periods of evolution. And they are exact. One day, the first day is as, the first day of creation is as the first period of evolution. Same thing. And it goes on all the way right down to the 6th day. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. And I thought, well, evolution, the science of evolution, is not that old, considering the Bible, and when the Bible was written, okay? Not when all this 6,000 years ago, the 6 days, supposedly the 6 days of creation started, right? Not when I did the research on when the Bible was actually written, okay? In the 1500s or something, and then when the first book printed, and then when the science of evolution started and people started to know more about all of that, and that's not that long ago. So what came first, the Bible, the teachings of the Bible, or the teachings of evolution? Well, it's the teachings of the Bible. Well, how would, at that time, would they have known exactly, period by period, on how the creation of earth it all happened? You see? So, it's been foretold. So, it already had the 6 periods of evolution already been recorded a bit differently in a way, but with all the science in it already. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Anyway, so there it is. So one can't say, oh, we got now the 6 periods of evolution, and that's new. No, it's not. We just found out a bit more about it, on how It may have happened over millions and billions of years ago. But the step-by-step process we were already given. Ha ha. Right? Okay. Interesting? Yes. All right. So, there you go. So this passage here was good for something. Yahweh has chosen Cyrus. Listen to me, Jacob. Israel, whom I have called. I and none else am the first. I am also the last. My hand laid the foundations of earth. Breathe. And my right hand spread out the heavens. I summoned them, and they all present themselves together. Assemble, all of you, and listen. Which of them has revealed this? Yahweh loves him. He will do his pleasure on Babylon and the race of the Chaldeans. I have spoken. Yes, I have summoned him. I have brought him, and he will succeed. Okay. I don't have much to say here. They're making it sound as if God's talking, but is he really? Israel's destiny. Come near and listen to this. From the first, I never spoke obscurely. When it happened, I was there, and now Lord Yahweh has sent me with his Spirit. Okay. So, I guess this is the third Isaiah. Who? Who is it this time? Okay, so it's someone saying that God's speaking through them. Okay. Thus says Yahweh, your Redeemer. And now Lord Yahweh has sent me with his Spirit. Thus says Yahweh, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am Yahweh your God, and teach you for your own good. I lead you in the way you ought to go. If only you had listened to my commandments, your prosperity would have been like a river, and your saving justice like the waves of the sea. Let's finish up. Your descendants would have been numbered like the sand, your offspring as many as its grains. Their name would never be cancelled or blotted out from my presence. But it was. It sounds as if through this person who says that that Yahweh was speaking through him, he was with his Spirit. I can't quite see a lamenting God. Is our Heavenly Parent sad about some things? A lot of things that are happening have happened. Surely. How, as parents, do we react? If we're on the side of goodness, truly love our children, how do we react when things happen to our children? Well, first of all, we try to help and fix it. Then we have to look at things and go, well, you did this, now you need to fix it, and encourage them and support them to make a wrong right. And, understand, it's done something wrong, now it needs to be consequences, try to do it right. And then hope, once things are back on track, that their foundations of whatever they desire to do on the side of goodness is strong enough for them to be able to move forward and not get sidetracked again. Yes? Yeah. But as far as lamenting, I went through some things with my children when they were teenagers. Oh my gosh. It's like pulling teeth or something. But I never lamented over it. Or, well, if you would have done, okay. One may think that to oneself, oh, if you little listened, right? But the thing is, for me as a parent, it's always, okay, now we need to move forward. It's already happened. It's already the past. There's nothing I can do about it anymore. Now, how to move forward in the best way? Well, if I'm thinking that way, you can't tell me that God isn't even more so determined to guide his children forward, faith forward, and does not look back. Eh? Yes? If this would have been written a little bit more like, all right, these are things have happened, this is how you restore them, I could see that. But that's not in here. Right? So, was the Spirit of God truly upon this person who said this? Hmm? I don't think so. All right, let's keep going. The end of the exile. Come out from Babylon. Flee from the Chaldeans. Declare this with cries of joy. Proclaim it. Carry it to the remotest parts of earth. Say, Yahweh has redeemed his servant Jacob. Those he led through the arid country never went thirsty. He made water flow for them from the rock. He split the rock. What does that have to do with Babylon and the Chaldeans? Wasn't this when they came out of Egypt? And here it's happening again? Yeah, what are we finding here now? I'm just saying. And out streamed the water. There is no peace, says Yahweh, for the wicked. Oh, that was it. We're moving right along. We still have a few to go here, but we're moving right along. Oh, interesting. Okay. Story time's over. A brother in faith mentioned something. I'll mention this one. I'll probably go in and see what he had to say, but not right now. Probably much later tonight, if I feel like it, or maybe I won't at all. And it was somewhere, I can't remember which state, they had, for the fathers, it didn't mention anything about mothers having the same thing happening. But it was just in that one prison. I don't know, does it just happen in that one prison? I have no idea why posts like that are even on the internet. Where they had, the fathers could meet with, it sounded like for the first time on Christmas, and they could be together with their children. People in jail, prison. Honestly, I didn't read the whole thing. I didn't want to. And I went in, why? Why are they allowed to do that? You know, pretending to be good fathers suddenly now, just for one day on Christmas? I'm just saying, okay? Was it a nice gesture? And, well, for whom? For the prisoners? What about the children? What are the children taking home with this? Getting to see daddy for a few hours, then they have to leave and don't see him again for months and months and years and I don't know what. They probably hardly know who that person even is. Yet here, it's being glorified on the internet about, how prisoners, fathers get to see their children on Christmas. I'm just saying. For whom? I went in, I said, and for whom was that? The children? Aren't the children just being used here for some story? Is there a follow-up? After the visit, is there a follow-up? How are the children doing now? What did they carry out with them? Was it really, truly a healthy thing to do for the children? Just saying. So now they got to see their dad. Is there some kind of a program in place where they can exchange letters? Is that still a thing? Where the father at least once a month, should be once a week, sends out a letter to his children, letting them all know how he's doing and wanting to know how they are doing. And be there, though he can't be there physically because he's locked away for one reason or another. Be there, in spirit, through the letters. And where then either the mother or whoever takes care of these children, if they're not old enough, They can write the letter for the little ones who have plenty to say if you ask them. I've done this before with my children and my grandchildren. Yeah, so what do you want to write? So what should we write down? Even if it's just a short letter. And then maybe the mother can also add some things on how the children are developing this and that. That's how you keep a relationship. But it didn't say. It didn't say that that was going to be a follow-up. It was just, yeah, this happy thing. That one on that day. Is that really? Who benefited from that? Exactly. I just want to know. Also, when I said, so did these fathers, more or less delinquent fathers, have they did they get some parenting lessons beforehand? Obviously, they're not good fathers. They're in jail. Whatever they're in jail for was more important than the thought of their children not having their father around while they're doing whatever they're doing that's going to get them into jail or prison. Yes? No? Yes. So did they get some parenting classes? Are they getting some good guidance before they have these meetings with their children on how to become a good, responsible father? To start from that point to restore things. Yes? And then, once they are free, they have hopefully learned something and will never do again anything to land them back. But they can't be responsible for their children on the outside world. Yes? Sounds harsh? Is it really? Is it really? Or is this a path of restoration for an inmate? A father who's an inmate in prison wants to see his children, gets permission to see his children. Wouldn't there too, in order for you to be able to see your child, and they have to do all this, wouldn't that be a good foundation? And the ones who aren't willing, well, then you already know. Why would these children need to see that man again? Yeah, just saying. I'm not being mean or have some kind of something against people in jail or prison. Stuff happens. But there should be a clear path before, for I don't know how many months or years, for that, and then after, for that middle point, that day when the father gets to meet the child, the children. Yes, in a situation, in a case like that. Anyway, so again, what was the story for exactly? Sounded sweet, sounded nice. Oh yeah. Yeah, my mind went immediately to the children. How does that benefit them in any way? It's only benefiting again whom? Yeah. Okay. That's all I wanted to share this morning. Yeah, and have no doubt that my friend, my brother in faith, probably kind of surprised. Why? You kind of harsh. Why would you react like that? Not thinking as far as I'm thinking. Right? Or where should our care really truly lie with that? Just saying. Yes. Yeah. Anywho, so there it is. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. Let's keep praying. Yes. And I will talk to you all another time.